Yo, hey guys, I just got off of work and you know, I'm in a much better mood than I have been the past couple of days. It's just um uh, hello everyone. Lizzie. Yeah, I'm burning out, man. I'm burning out. I think everybody's burning out. It's just if I get booted off again, guys, I really need to take this computer and it is tripping. I haven't figured out what the thank you, Melissa. It's been a really hard week, man. A lot of stuff going on. Guys, if I get booted off of my live again, just hang tight. I'll be back with you. So tonight, I thought what we would do, I was really surprised that Mr. Cardall, Ben, he's from the UK. Sorry, guys, I'm having some light issue. I don't know what the hell the problem is. Anyways, Mr. Cardall, he is from the UK, and he is a master, or rather an expert in the art of Sherlock Holmes. And he typically will do a body language. I mean, this man is very, very sharp. Very sharp. Thank you, Patty. I am feeling. It's been very rough, guys. Everyone is suffering right now from a fatigue, and people are just getting nasty. They are really just cutting up. Um, thank you, Lizzie. Smash the like button, guys. So, Mr. Cardall, he did a body language, and you know what? Let me tell you this. It's not that I'm partial to Ben Cardall in any way, although I have studied his laws of deduction, which is awesome. You guys, if you want to learn how to deduce and become, a sharper instrument in this craft, then Ben Cardall is the guy. Hey, Pumpkin Roski. Everyone has had a really hard week. It's been very difficult. There's been a lot of um, there's just been a lot of misinformation. There's been a lot of things coming and going, and so it has been a very stressful week. And it's I know that we had a 3-day weekend, but this week it was just like I felt like today was Wednesday, and my wife was like, I got to do this and this, and I was like, what? Um, a criminal night laughing stocks on YouTube. Not even sure what you got going on, but we'll get to it. You know what? I'm not even sure what you got going, but I'm not gonna play with you tonight. So if you were a subscriber and I just booted you off, I'm sorry for you. So hold on. Okay. Thank you, Tabitha. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So on with the get down. So Ben Cardall, give you a short rundown on Ben. Ben is a deductionist. He is a master deductionist. In fact, um, he gives out a wealth of information on YouTube for free. He gives you just about the whole game in respects to deducing and how to, um, how to maneuver around body language, and how to determine baselines of, pardon me, baselines of behavior, speech patterns, all of it. He also does a lot of great stuff in the way of sharpening your memory, how to lengthen your attention span, so on and so forth. So he did a body. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I always forget to do that. I apologize. So Ben Cardall, right? He's written a book. He is a pretty far out guy. I guess he doesn't have a lot there. I would ask you to go over and check out his website, and you'll get all the information you need about Mr. Cardall. He is a pretty dynamic guy. He did just get married, so salute to Mr. Cardall and Mrs. Cardall. He is just a master expert deductionist, and he really picks them up and puts them down, guys. So without further ado, I want to go through and do a reaction with you guys about Summer, or rather Don and Candace. And as you can see, this is I've put a link to his channel in my description. I would implore all of you to go over and check him out, because because it makes him know never mind about the YouTube. It's not his main thing, so he really is this hidden gem. I go to Mr. Cardall. I have an open line of communication with Mr. Cardall, and occasionally I run stuff by him. Not that often, but if I had something that was really just bugging me, I could get a hold of Ben and hopefully get, he'd give me some insight about it. Sorry, I got a bug out of here. So what I want to tell you about Mr. Cardall is that Mr. Cardall is a master of being unbiased. He has absolutely, now let me tell you this, I don't want to butcher it, but Ben Cardall, he did some sort of live. I'll share it in my community. This guy's mental elasticity is just insane. Like I don't know what, I don't want to butcher it all up, but something like he remembered 300 license plates in like 20 minutes. This guy is just like, he's a lot different than any of the other body language guys you're going to come across. This guy, like when Ben says it, like, man, you can take it to the bank. And that's the God honest truth about Ben. He is just, he's a real special guy. And I'm really glad Aussie is the one that turned me on to him. And so hold on one second, guys. Hello. Hey, dude. How you doing, buddy? I'm on a live right now. Did you want to talk or I mean, what do you got? What do you think you got going on, man? Um, did you want me to keep this call private, or did you want me to put you on speaker so people could hear it? You tell me. Okay, I got you on speaker, Don.
I'm just worried about my daughter. Where is she at? And all these people attacking. I don't understand. I mean, I don't know. Help me out.
So, have you heard anything from anyone this week?
No.
How do they treat you, Don, when you call in and try to speak with them, or do they kind of shoo you away, or how does TBI treat you when you call in, buddy?
TBI has been fairly good, but with all the rumors going around and everything, and everybody trying to point everybody in the wrong direction, it seems like it's just like anybody that I have anything to do with, they attack. They're attacking everybody.
Not even just physically, Don, but like we talked earlier while I was at work for a good minute, and it is a real spiritual attack going on, man, and it's like it's so strong. It is so strong for everyone. Not only that, Don, but we're all also have that compassion fatigue. All of us running around like idiots online thinking we're being helpful, and really what we're doing is just wearing ourselves out and not being real helpful, right?
Oh, yeah, because they're attacking. There's some entity out there, and I don't understand it. Physical and spiritual attacking everything about me and anybody that has to do with me, or I can't explain it.
No, it's not worldly. So of course we can't explain it. I can't explain it either. I can just tell you some of the things that's happened over the past few days that's been a test straight from the devil. I mean, straight from the devil.
Yeah. It seems to me, I can't.
Are you planning on going to church tomorrow, Don?
Yeah, we're just gonna go to church tomorrow, for sure. Church Summer loved that church, and that's where we want to be.
How is everyone treating you there at the church? Has anything changed? Are they still supportive?
Well, yeah. I mean, for the most part, yeah. They understand evil. I just don't. My thing is the lies that first come out, from people in my family were so horrific, and I don't understand why nobody can call them out on their lies. I've been trying to. I'll call them straight out on their lies, because it's all lies. Almost 100% of everything that they've said about me are lies.
And not only that, but there is a history, but you've taken credit for your part, but there's just a long history outside of just that stuff, right? There's just a whole lot. There's a lot, guys, that people don't even know about Don and his family situations, but everyone has an opinion, right? And it's like, until justice is done, who are we to pass judgment on anyone? No matter, like, I don't hold a gavel, and I'm not Jesus. So all I can do is just do what we do. But Don, is there any change in the way people in the community treat you? How do they treat you?
Oh, we've been attacked since day one. I mean, because the day after Summer disappeared is when my niece started spreading these lies. I guess they've been telling these lies my whole life, pretty much, but they're horrific lies. I don't even want to repeat them. They're so horrific.
Right. No, I understand.
So they've been attacking me pretty much my whole life, trying to get me out of the picture or whatever they're trying to do. I don't understand why they're so hateful and why they would do this. But it's really odd. The day after my daughter came up missing, they went straight to TBI and told them these lies, and they looked into all this stuff. And this attack from them is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So they've been misleading TBI and law enforcement all along and everybody, and trying to throw everything off for what reason I don't understand. And it's been just a living nightmare from day 2 since my daughter's been gone. And I don't understand why they're doing this or why they're so hateful. We've had people up here attacking us. Almost had a gunfight on the bottom of our property.
What?
People coming up in the middle of the night. Oh, yeah.
When did this happen, Don?
Oh, I thought you knew about that.
No. When did that happen?
Well, I mean, there's been all kinds of stuff going on. I had to run one guy out of here in the middle of the night. I chased him down the road. I had to fire a shot over his head because I knew I was in the dark. He didn't even know I was. I went out the back door with my rifle and was listening, and I fired a shot over their head because I knew they was there, but they didn't know I was there.
Right.
And they took off in their car, and I chased them all the way down Beach Creek, and I got TBI involved in that, and they lied to TBI. I told them TBI was lying, but it's been because of my niece's lies. It's been a living hell around here because people believe that stuff, and their original lies have changed since then, and they've changed all their complete story, and they're still lying. And like they say that they never knew that Summer even existed till this happened, which is a lie, because I called my dad a couple of years ago, and they were there at my dad's house, and they said, "Oh, we have a daughter named Summer, so we named one of ours Winter." So I know full well that they knew we had our daughter all along, and why they're doing this, and I don't understand why they're doing this. And then they got Chris M involved with all this stuff, and he's trying to prosecute me every way he can possible. And it's just a straight living nightmare. I mean, not only has our daughter been abducted, but now they're all turning on me and saying I've done this, that, and the other.
Let me be.
Lies.
Can we clear up something, Don? Because there's some people that are saying in the chat. There's almost 200, but there's a couple of people saying that that you can't have a gun. Now, what we want to do right now is we want to clear that up for everyone and let you know Don can have a gun. It has to be a black powder gun.
Absolutely.
He may have a gun. Do not get that twisted in any way, guys. He can
on my property. I can't have a gun. Yes, sir.
He may have a black powder rifle or pistol on his property. He cannot take it in his car and go down the road with it. That's not what he said.
Right.
He didn't say that. He said on his property. Okay.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, Don. Go ahead, man.
No, you're good. Yeah. I just don't understand, why they've turned on me like this. They don't even know me. I don't even know these people. I mean, I know my stepsister, and I know, her first daughter barely, but the other ones and all them involved and stuff, I don't even know them. I don't even know Winter. I don't know any of them. I don't understand why that they've turned on us like this, and they're trying. It seems like they're trying to focus every bit of attention on us, that we're these bad parents. We've done something with our daughter. It's just one thing after the other. But you can see, if you look at all the videos and stuff where their lives have changed over and over and over. And I know they're full well that they were aware of Summer for years, and now they're saying they didn't even know about Summer. But it's kind of strange, the day after my daughter gets missing, they call TBI and come up and tell them all these lies to take the focus off of whatever, for whatever reason, to focus on us. And it's been a living hell. I mean, it's a wonder I've been able to hang on to my job, because I think my boss can see through this. He knows, he can see. He's not blind, and like a lot of people.
Is your boss a believer, Don?
Oh yeah,
cool.
Very good Christian folk. Yep.
Cool. Good.
Yep. Absolutely, and I just wanted to bring that up because I don't understand why they would do this to me. I don't get it. I mean, I'm not this horrific person that they're trying to portray that I am at all. And I just don't understand why they're hating and being so mean to me and my wife, and doing everything they can to destroy our lives. And they've been very successful, but I think God stepped in, and a lot of people can see that this isn't right. This isn't true. I don't know.
I think that when we step back from situations that we want to control, and we let God, keep the yoke on it, I think that, no matter what happens, that it's God's work. And so you can't be scared of God's work, right? We're never going to be afraid of I'm never afraid of what God handles or has in store for me. So, that's kind of how I walk through and handle life. Don, I just, there was a couple of people that said, happy Sabbath.
Right.
And I wanted
Absolutely. Happy Sabbath. Yeah. It is the Sabbath.
Happy Sabbath.
Yes.
Do you have a comment about the prayer vigils? Now, go ahead.
The prayer vigil, that's not our church.
And you're not mandated to be there.
No, I mean, my hat's off to them for doing the prayer vigil and all that, but it's like every time I've been there, there's been some hidden camera or something, or people talking bad and making videos and stuff. So I just don't want to be there. I want to be at my church.
Absolutely.
But and good people, but just I don't know. Every time I went there, it just ain't turned out good at all. So
no, I agree. And I think that for me, I have an issue, and it's my issue, and I guess I deal with that being my own, but I have an issue with people that you don't show up there, and Candace doesn't show up there, and now all of a sudden there must be something else going on, and let's make it clear, it's not his church. These vigils happen every week. It is okay for Don and Candace to continue on doing their regular life and miss one.
I work constantly. I mean, I have to. I'm in drywall. You have to work constantly to make ends meet. But I try to take that Saturday off to keep the Sabbath day holy, which we're commanded to do. That's part of the 10 Commandments. So
absolutely,
I definitely want to keep them commandments. But just, I don't know, all these people attacking everybody that I know they've attacked Benny, they've attacked Cher. They try to twist everything around and tell all these people all kind of stuff that ain't true. It's crazy what they try to do to rip everybody apart. And they've been very successful at doing it. They tried to tear my wife and me apart by spreading all these lies and stuff that just ain't true. And I'm just so fed up with all of them. And I even tried to call Chris McDonough. I tried to call him last night, and I tried to call him tonight. He won't answer his phone. He won't talk like a man, and just like, hey, what's up? What can we do? Whatever. He will not talk.
No.
He will not.
And that's okay. That's okay.
I mean, he wants to get me on live and interrogate me. But he don't want to just talk like a regular person. I don't get it.
No, it's because you have to, not that you forgot, but we have to always remember that these people that are in control of this thing, not only are they who they are, but they're also YouTubers, right? Like I put myself into that bunch. Like I hate to tell people when people are like, "What do you do for fun?" or "What do you do?" It's like I hate to tell people that I'm a YouTuber. I hate to say, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber," right? It just sounds like such a bad thing these days.
It sounds a lot better than a sheet rocker.
No, you know what? You know what, Don? What's going to happen when these kids who only want to play video games? What happens when nobody wants to finish sheetrock no more? What's going to happen?
Right, you can't find nobody who wants to do it anymore or that knows anything about it anymore.
It's a lost skill. It's leaving.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Well,
but I don't know. I've been trying to figure this stuff out in my head. The way that everything went down after the day my daughter went missing. I'm trying to understand why I was attacked so viciously and why all these lies and why no one is willing to call out, their lives and why they're lying or what, or try to understand why are they lying like they are.
But it's such a hard thing. It's such a hard thing, dude, because it was like while we're all watching the news, you can clearly see that there's a lot of people out there searching. But then it was like once they left from searching, it stopped being about Summer. Period. It was about everything else except for Summer.
Yeah. It's just turned into a huge mess, and it's like they're trying to divert the attention. To me, like I thought, well, I did it. I must be this. I did that and all that. I'm gonna tell you, I ain't done nothing but work 7 days straight every week until I figured out that I need to be taking Saturday out to teach my kids about the Sabbath.
Right.
And that's the only reason I took that one day off. And I love my kids and all people with all my heart, and I'll do anything for anybody. And I don't understand, the day after someone come up missing, all these people, like, I just don't understand why so much hate was spread and still spreading and trying to destroy our family, and
have you ever wondered and asked yourself, like, what is the end? Like, what do you think is going to make YouTube and social media happy? Like, what do you think they're after?
Well, it's just like life itself. Without God, nothing's possible. This is what you're going to see without God is destruction. With God, you can see harmony, happiness, and peace. And that's with anything, YouTube, life, whatever. And you can see that clearly, all the hate and everything and the lies. There's so many lies that have been spread and people trying to destroy every good thing. It's just, for the first time in my life, I've never seen so much evil and destruction in my entire life until now. And it's unbelievable. And everybody's scared. I mean, I talked to Cher earlier. I was like, why doesn't nobody want to talk about, everybody's scared to death of these girls that have been spreading these lies about me. They're afraid they're going to get caught up in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why is everybody scared to death? Well, everybody was scared to death, in Germany, when they started leading the Jews off to the gas chambers, they was all scared to death. Nobody would stand up and fight against the Germans, so they was just slowly led, led into the train cars, led into the gas chambers, until it was too late.
I'll test the waters. I'm not scared of a damn thing, Don. So I'll have you know that now. There ain't too much I'm afraid of. So if there's, I mean,
well, we all have reason to be afraid. We all have children. We have a lot to lose. We got our children, our homes, our family. There's a lot to lose, and there's people like the CM just thinks he can push his weight around and do whatever and lie, cheat, and steal, and do whatever it takes to push his weight around, just like the Hitler. And I will compare him to Hitler because he won't talk to me or nothing else. He just wants to hide behind his phone and go up there and talk, all kind of crazy stuff or whatever like that. So to me, he's just like Hitler, and I'll go ahead and say that. And he won't even answer my phone calls. So I don't want to talk like a man. He just wants to, do what he does and get people to go up against me and convince my sisters to lie in every way, and so, I mean, it is what it is. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's tried everything in his power to destroy my family, and one day after my daughter comes up missing, my stepsisters start this stuff, and there's this whirlwind of evilness just surrounds their family, and then he shows up on our doorstep and films this stuff, and he had an agenda before he got to my house that he was going to get me, and he's still trying to get me. Why? I don't understand it.
I don't know, and you want to know what the problem is that what he does is he miseducates people with things.
Yes.
And then like right now, Don, I'm dealing with it. It's almost 300 people, and I'm dealing with it right now. Like there's people over here. Well, Chris M said this and Chris M said that, and it's like,
right.
Let me show you something.
Yep.
I just want to show
and Sherry gets a lot of that. And she's about to lose it, and I said, Sherry, just put the phone down and just pray with me, and stuff, and don't. There's so many people attacking everybody. Wow, it just blows my mind. I mean, that's the evil entity, though. That's what Satan does: deceive, divide, destroy.
You can't see it, Don, but I'm showing a picture of Chris right now, and it says, "Presenting at a Chiefs luncheon meeting. TIR team, you guys are the best. Stay the course."
Yeah.
What he forgot to tell everyone that this is a luncheon to explain to chiefs of police what not to do.
Wow.
He didn't say that part.
Yeah.
Anyways,
wow.
I'm sorry about that, Don.
No, you're good. I mean, I don't understand why. I don't understand why he's trying to tear my family apart like he is. If he actually cared about Summer, then he would love me because Summer loves me, and I love her with all my heart. And I don't understand why he's trying to send why he's trying to send Summer's daddy to prison for life or whatever. Why would he do that? If he loves Summer like he says he does, then he would love me and it don't make no sense. And then to call my 11-year-old boy an essay,
yeah,
wow, that just blows my mind right there.
Yeah, that's
my
that's
innocent young 11-year-old boy who has nothing but the biggest heart in the world. He does nothing but love. He's so full of love, and he's gonna say something like that about him. That just wow, that just took me way back.
That is, that's a lot. That is a lot.
That is.
And I don't even really have a comment about that, Don. I mean, if
I don't either. I'm dumbfounded.
If I did have a comment, it would just be about the character of Chris M. That's all it would be. It's just, you've got a guy that has a really bad past in law enforcement of locking people up and all that other stuff, the wrong people, right? And so, people may think, well, why is Don upset about this or upset about that? Well, let me tell you guys, there's a gentleman whose specialty is locking up people. Now we're not talking about any SA stuff. What we're talking about is the abduction of Summer.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what we need to be focusing on.
That's what we need to be focusing on. And I'll tell you, I feel bad for anyone that's been a victim of anything. But what I'll tell you is that this situation is so dynamic that it's like I agree with a lot of the people that say, work that part out. It's been 40 years. Why not work that part out after we get a resolution to Summer? Because I mean, it has all the way taken the focus off of Summer. No one's even, they're not even talking about it hardly anymore.
I'd like to say something, man.
Please.
I'm no SA, man.
I don't think you are.
I am no SA. That son bitch can sit there, sorry about my language, he can sit there and say that all he wants to. I am no SA. That's the biggest bunch of crap I ever heard in my life. I love all my kids. I love all people. And I would never disrespect anybody or anybody's kids. That's all BS that he's conjured up in his head. Yeah. If anybody's an SA, it might be him. I mean, he's got some kind of fetish about locking up little boys. And I don't know, man. I don't get it.
He definitely has an issue with locking up the wrong people. That is a fact. And so I think that it's safe to assume that anytime Chris M feels like he's got a power or he's got some power in a situation in your life, that you may have something to worry about. Like I all the other stuff with your sisters aside, just because of the way everything is developing and has developed. If I were in your shoes, I start thinking like, what is this guy? Is he going to try to throw me in prison for something to do with my own daughter before we even get the answers about my own daughter? Like it just, I can't even let me tell you, Don, when I first started doing this YouTubing, like I used to get so offended when people would put up videos about me and talk about my past or talk about my kids or any of that sort of stuff, dude. And it was like, as I kept doing it and kept seeing it, I got callous to it.
Right.
Are you callous to all the nasty things now that's all over the internet, or each time you see it, is it a new pain?
Well, I mean, it hurts, everything that's out there and everything that everybody said, it's horrible, because I'm not that person. I've been trying to go to church and do right. And the main thing is to teach my kids and everybody that I know or in contact with the true nature of God, which is love. And that's all I want to do. And for him to say these things about me and just ruin my reputation, completely like he has, and try to destroy me like he has, it hurts. But for the people who are close to me and really know me, they know I'm not about that at all. I'm trying to do right, I'm trying to love, and trying to teach people about God and the right way to be, and it just.
I mean, I've never looked at your background. You're not a registered SO, right?
No.
So it's not like you don't have a past of doing this or anything as an adult.
No.
Right.
No, not at all. You can look up my record. I mean, you can look. I have nothing like that. No.
Gonzo just came in and he said, "Hey Don, how you doing, man?"
I'm hanging in there, brother. All I can.
Hey Gonzo. So what are your plans for the next week, Don? I mean, I know the obvious, but do you have anything that's just, tell me?
Well, I mean, I could sit here and say all kind of stuff, but I have to hold down the job. I still have to do everything I can to hold it together for my boys. And then my main thing is to pray to God constantly that whoever has Summer, that will take care of her. And hopefully she's, safe. But you know, that's all I can hope and pray for is, you know, just like when Joseph was sold into slavery, you know, they told his dad, you know, that, oh, he was eaten by a wild animal.
Yes, they did, didn't they?
They sold him into slavery, and his dad did have no idea.
Nope.
He thought he was dead for all them years.
All them years.
But Joseph became prime minister of Egypt. Became prime minister of Egypt after all the hell he went through.
From the dungeon to right to royalty.
Prime minister.
Yep.
You know, and I just hope and pray, you know, Summer somehow that wherever she's at, that's all I can hope. All I can do is try to trust God in the situation. Because I mean, she's my whole heart. I love her with everything I got. And, she was my everything to me, and now she's gone. And there's nothing I can do about it. But I have to trust God that whatever His plan is, He'll work it out.
Yeah.
And all things come together for those who love Him. And so I'm just trying to be. I know I've made a lot of mistakes, and I've jumped a lot of people, and I've done a lot of cussing, and just begging, you know, God for forgiveness for that. I'm trying to get back on that straight and narrow path and do what I'm supposed to be doing. So I apologize if I offended anybody. But
no, we're just human, man, and we're all just trying to navigate this. Yeah. And you know, there is absolutely no way that any of us that are watching the worst days of your life and your wife's life, none of us can imagine what you're going through, man. And that's one thing that I think that I would get tired of, because I know, you know, I've had different injuries in life. I've had casts or different things. And at a point, it's like, hey, man, stop opening the door for me, or don't do that. Like let me do it. Right. And so, you know, I get it. Like I was telling people a week ago or whatever, I was like, you know, Don was like, if you treat my daughter like your daughter again, we'll have a problem. And at first I was like, whoa, Don, hold on. And then I thought about it, and I was like, golly, like that's a simple thing to ask for. That is a very, like you have hundreds of thousands of people who are telling you, oh, we love your daughter more than you, or we love your daughter more than this. And I can't imagine that frustration alone.
Yeah, like insane. Praying for Summer, but not the parents.
Right. Yeah, no, we don't do that. You can't do that.
Like what the world?
No, there's no way you could just pray for Summer and not. I jumped on to somebody last week about that. I was like, and she said that in the chat. I was like, what do you mean? Prayer for the kids only.
I remember that.
Yeah. That was like, that hurt my feelings. I'm like, that's insane.
Yeah.
But
she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I mean, in my entire life. In my entire life, she's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then somebody stole her away from me.
Yeah, Don. I guess the only thing that I can say to that is that there is a lot of people that are still good, who are still trying to do whatever.
Yeah, there is. There's some good people out there. God bless you all, good people. God bless you.
Yeah.
And for your support, God bless you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What time you got to be tomorrow, Don?
9:30. And for any of you all out there, you know, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is the last remnant church. The remnant church, you know, there ain't going to be too many left, but at 9:30 tomorrow, Seventh-day Adventist Church, please check it out. I promise you won't regret it.
Hey, Don, do they still stream the
they're streaming.
Can you send me a link to where I can watch it? Maybe I'll go to church with you.
I could try, but I'm sure they got one there in Dallas, brother.
No, I mean, I want to watch your church.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I'll set up my camera on my phone and like that,
okay?
Okay.
And what's the name of your church, Don?
The Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Of Kingsport? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go on and see if they've got, you know, I'm sure they have a camera where they live stream it and all that.
They do.
Okay.
They do.
Okay.
But dang, I forgot where my thought process was.
I can't even imagine, Don. I can't keep my train of thought as it is. I can't imagine what you're going through, man. I just, there's been times through this whole thing, Don, where I've been like, I've wanted to be in your position so that I could completely empathize with you. And they're just, we ask for that. Some of us have asked ourselves that, like, man, I wonder what that's really like. But I assure you, just being this close to it, it is torturous, and that there is absolutely no way that any of us can stomach what these people are going through right now at all.
The only thing is, you just ain't got a choice in the matter. So that's it. It's just, if you get thrown in prison for a 20-year sentence, you ain't got a choice.
No, you got to bring it to the front door.
That's right.
Yep. That's it, man. Well, let me tell you what, Don, man, we're all praying for you, sir.
For sure.
And
pray for Summer.
Pray, there you go. Pray for Summer.
Just pray for Summer that she's safe, and whoever's got her is taking care of her. But I do want to address, if any way possible, the lies that started at the beginning that caused us so much trouble, and people coming after us in every way, and how those lies have changed, and how the lies have shifted to, we never knew Summer until we found out that she was missing. That's a lie. There's all kind of lies going on, and I don't understand why, or it just really disturbs me. It's just like major red flags to me of why that they've lied like they have so big time, and still trying to cover lies with lies. Why are they doing this to me? I'm not this animal that they're trying to say that I am. Yeah. I'm not.
No, I believe that it's, I believe that this will all be worked out, and I pray that everyone will, first of all, we want Summer home, but secondly, everything else that remains after Summer, we just pray that all that's in God's hands, and that He'll handle it with His power and His justice.
He will show the truth, and I know that, and I just want everybody to know that I'm not this animal that they're trying to portray me to be whatsoever. I love everybody with all my heart, and I'll do anything for anybody. And I love my kids with all my heart. I love everybody. And
I can honestly say that earlier I was talking to Don at work, and I was telling him about a situation that had popped up in my life yesterday. And then we got off the phone, and then he texted me a little bit later, and he was like, man, I'm praying for you, brother. And like, I was just like, wow, that's powerful, man. When someone can be where Don is at, but then Don can time to pray for other people. Like, man, that's God, right? Because, during the time when Don could be hunkered down, only praying for himself, Don is still praying and still pushing the word for other people in their times of grief. So I want to salute you.
My best, bro.
I want to salute you for that, Don.
Well, we're in the last days, and we're all in this evil world together, and we need to uplift each other all we can to keep the commandments, because we're in the last days. We got to hang in there. Evil is strong right now. There's more evil than good right now. That's why the United States is falling, and things are getting bad, because there's way more evil than good, and evil just abounds everywhere. So us Christians, we got to hang in there together and pray for each other and uplift each other constantly, and pray for each other. We got to do the best we can for each other, because it's getting rough. It's getting bad. I mean, anytime somebody can take your kid and then you get the blame for it, something ain't right.
If that were to have happened in Canada or anywhere else but America, you'd still have help trying to find her. It's only this is an American problem, and I don't know why it is. You want me to tell you what I think, Don? What I think?
Yeah.
I think that there's so many victims in America. A lot of these people on the internet, they've been victimized in some way, and then did not have someone advocate for them during their time of need. So a certain portion of these people, when they see someone like you getting advocated for in your time of need, it triggers them in a way where it brings out behavior that's hateful, and it's the same. It's like a racist tone of behavior. It's like it's such an extreme type of hate, that someone else has someone else backing them, as a victim only, right? Like, it is crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, we all need to pray as much as possible, and it's getting bad. You know, the coronavirus is just one of the symptoms of people falling away from God. There's going to be a lot more coming, more than the coronavirus. You know, it's all in the Bible. It's going to get bad.
It is. This is nothing. I mean, we are seeing. Look at Haiti. I mean, there's just God type events happening all over. I mean, New York City is underwater right now. Like, it's just like the movies. And here we are. We're thinking that, you know, that YouTube is the holy grail, and the absolute the coming of God appears to be playing out before us. But we're all glued to the YouTube. We don't care about the coming of God. We're worried about what's happening with Don Wells.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's not okay. Yeah, it's bad for us right now. But if we don't come together and start praying to God and searching and keeping His commandments, what are we teaching our kids? What about our kids?
Exactly. I mean, not only our kids, but the other kids that are watching our kids. You know what I mean? Like, they take away from us too. Like, if I'm out hitting the ball with the neighbor boy, guess what? I mean, with my son, guess what? The neighbor boy, he wants to play, or he wants his dad to come play, or, you know what I mean? And so kids that just see, they don't even have to be taught. They can just hear and see something. Boom, they're off on that mission now, you know?
Yeah. I used to play basketball with a bunch of troubled kids. I got a bunch of troubled kids out of trouble with the judge. We played basketball Friday and Saturday night.
That's cool, dude.
Police would come by and check on us. And that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah, our kids are going to be the ones that's going to see the last days and have to really avoid the mark of the beast and all this evilness that's coming our way. We got to really think, you know, and hang in there for our kids' sake, because it's going to get bad. We're in the last days.
We are, and if you know you're not looking at what's happening around you right now, guys, in the world, like, then you're blinded by something else. Say what you're blinded by, because I wouldn't know for sure, but what I could tell you is that it is popping off all around us, and that when we start talking about things, or we start seeing things, things are manifesting, and things are really pulling together. Like, there is stuff going on all over the world, and it's sent by God. None other, only God.
Well, it's because we're not. It's because it's not God's fault. It's our fault for not listening to God, and so Satan's taking over. When we don't trust God and we fall away from God, Satan's wide open. He's right there to take up the slack.
That's it.
And, you know, lead us into destruction.
That's it. We have a choice. That's the thing. We have a choice. We don't have to follow everyone else off the side of the mountain. We have a choice.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's, you know, I think that it's imperative for all of us here on the YouTube to have a certain mixture or a balance of what we come on here and say and do, you know, and then what we're doing in our real lives. There has to be a balance. And so, go ahead.
My suggestion, if y'all, tonight, you know, is a Sabbath. You know, all day tomorrow's a Sabbath. Go to a Seventh-day Church tomorrow for 9:30 a.m. a.m. Go to that first class for 1 hour. If you don't like it, I mean, you will. You'll learn a lot. You know what's coming. They're very knowledgeable about Revelations, Daniel, and stuff, and what's coming our way. Please check it out.
Yeah, guys.
That's where I'm going to be tomorrow.
I'm going to do my best. If there's anyone on the team watching, if you can go and find the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Kingsport, Tennessee, and get the link for their channel or whatever, so that I'd like to watch church with them tomorrow. I think that would be a pretty cool show of support for the family and for Summer first, you know.
Yeah,
so
Summer loved it there. She loves it there.
Yeah,
she absolutely does. She
absolutely.
loved everybody there.
Well, Don, I'm going to let you get some rest and let you hit the sack so that you're fresh and springy for church tomorrow, sir.
All right. God bless everybody. Praying for everybody. Love you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. God bless you, brother.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bro. So, I don't know, guys. You know, there just is only so much that we're capable of computing and calculating all on our own, and there just is. It's hard, right? There's so much hate that you can't combat it all. You know, you just can't combat it all. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in the chat right now. You know, it's a hard deal, man. I don't know. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Not about tonight, though. That wasn't expected. I don't know. My chat deal over here on this thing is tripping. I can only see like a couple of them, and it's like when I go to click on them, like they leave, and it clicks on something different. I'm not sure what's going on in the chat. So I don't know, guys. There's only so much that people can take. We all have a threshold. You know, we all have a threshold. You know. Yes, guys. EquiSearch is in the area. They're searching this weekend. You know, it's quiet as it was kept. Oh man. So I was gonna do the body language reaction, but I'm gonna take a pass tonight. All of this is just, it's a lot. You know, it's a whole lot. It's a lot. You know, because you're pressured as someone that watches all of this stuff, you know, you're pressured by what everyone else is doing. You're pressured by what you see. You're pressured by who you're aligned with. And it's just a lot of pressure. And when you're not great at dealing with pressure, then you can fall subject to a lot of the things, or some of the things, or a few of the things that we see going on online. I can't, you know, I can only do me, right? I love everybody else. I don't hate nobody. I have a dislike for the way that some people do their business. And if the way they do their business is directly tied to their ethics and their integrity, then yeah, I do have a problem with people, but I don't hate nobody, right? I don't have so much hate. Like, I don't know, guys. It's so much like because of the two issues, it's impossible. It is literally impossible to try to talk with Don and keep his daughter's name out there without this whole thing over here that's not even working right tonight. This whole thing over here, all the hate in there. There's a lot of love over there too. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of hate in there. And it's a lot of hate because people are uneducated. They don't understand the nature of bias. A bias. They don't understand the nature of it. They don't understand the nature of the things that anchor them in their bias, right? They just know they're biased, and that's all the further that they can't see past the end of their nose syndrome. And there's a lot of different reasons that it can be that way. I'm not going to get into it, but there's old-fashioned home training, right? That's like in the home culture, right? I didn't see that super chat. Who is it? Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. I don't know. Like you heard Don mention Cher, right? Don, Don and Cher, they have I don't know what to call it. They have. I will say that they have a mutual um, respect for the situation. I think that's the most political way to say it. I don't want to say they're friends. I don't want to say any of that because I don't want to put anything on Cher or Don here on my plate, over at my place, that isn't necessarily so. So they're working together um, towards a solution to a real big problem. And the things that Cher has went through, there it is a special type of persecution. You have Cher's past, the things that she's grown and developed from. If Cher was anchored in the uh, behavior that she was exhibiting years ago, then Cher wouldn't be a viable person to be a friend to, right? I have a lot of friends, and seemingly I have a lot of friends that aren't friends, right? Like I'm friends here, but then I've got friends over here, but they don't go like this. And that's okay too, guys. It's okay, right? It's not the end of the world. What we're doing right now, it can't be foreshadowed by any problems that we have with a worldly, earthly being. Like we've got forever to address that, right? If we're all bumping into each other like this, like we're gonna see each other, we're gonna deal with each other. So, we've got options. We can block each other or we can work it out. Again, not everything that Cher or Lizzie or Mandy or anyone else, I don't subscribe to just everything anyone does. Cam, Allie, like, no, I'm not that guy. There are other people out there that will put a key in your back and gas you up and tell you that, oh yeah, that's cool. I'm not that guy, right? I like to keep it as real as possible, right? And I keep on the forefront of my mind that I don't have time to be getting involved in business that is not conducive to A, helping find Summer, or B, raising and nurturing my own children, right? So when I say that I've got to find a balance, I got to find that balance. And where that balance exists is with helping victims, dealing with dealing with the positive supporters and believers and teammates, and then nothing else. Because I don't have time. We don't have time here and argue and bicker with each other and like, even if it takes an hour to look up somebody's background, and then it takes like all the time it takes to make an ugly video about somebody. Like I do mine on the fly, right? Now, anything that I have a problem with somebody right now today, those people are a burden to justice. So when you're a burden to justice and what we're here dividing our time between things that we really love and cherish and helping Summer, Don, and Candace, like, guess what? Do you not realize that if you are on Team Summer and you want Summer to come home, that can't be subset, right? You can't say, oh yeah, well, we want Summer to come home, but we don't want her to go back to Ben Hill and live on the hill with mom and dad. I've heard some people say that they think Chris M should adopt this little girl if she's brought home. That's insane. That is insane. I hope that's never a thing, right? But how can you say bring Summer home, but there be no home left for her to come home to, right? Where is Summer's home? Who are we to come on here and talk nasty to people, even the victim? His daughter is gone. We've completely pushed everything else, the SA stuff and all that, that's to the side. I didn't sign up to deal with that right now. I won't be dealing with any of that. That's not what I do. There's plenty of other people that can help them get their online support system and network built up. There's people that's not what I don't know anything about that. What I know about is what I'm involved in, and that's the abduction of Summer Wells. Now, the way that all of this synchronized, the other case and this case, the way it's synchronized, it's synced in a way. It's synced in a way where it seems as if the very design was to pull the attention away from this child. Now, I'm going to have a lot of people that are going to probably talk a lot of crap about me and to me for saying that, right? Listen, I don't know about the SA stuff. That's not for me. That's not for any of us, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff available for you to look at on the internet, and that, frankly, is just not anything that I wish to look at, right? It's disturbing. What's disturbing is the fact that there's this need to make it so public. That's what's disturbing. I don't need to be educated on what goes on with that, right? Like that, we all generically speaking, know what comes with that, right? But that's not this. That's not this. Okay? Now, if you have a problem with the fact that I talk to Don like a human being and I treat him like a human being, and 99% of the stuff that I talk to Don about or to share about or to Lizzie about never comes on here, nor will it. I'm not that in love with making sure that the general public is all caught up to date on the newest, baddest stuff with Don. Because that part of it, I've pushed it. That's not. No, I can decision as a content creator and as a man, I can make the decision. and be smart enough and intelligent enough to see in between the lines and say there are two situations here. They're running in tandem, right? Now imagine this for a minute. And this is going to be deep, guys. Imagine if the SA stuff had come out first and then some after that. Would we be on here screaming that this little missing girl took the focus off the SA because she went missing? Is that what we're to say? Huh? Sorry, guys, I got a hair that's poking my lip or something. Is that what we're to say? Are we to say that one is more important than the other? Well, depends on how you look at it and from what vantage point. But I hope that we all synonymously agree that the abduction of this child is far more important than anything else going on, right? No one from the other situation is at risk of dying, or any of the other things that come along with the child abduction, right? It's 40 years later, so it is safe to assume that could wait another 6 weeks or so that we can really focus on getting these kids back together with their family or whatever finality there is to be had. We get that, we obtain that, and then you move right on to the other thing, right? Is that impossible? No, it's not. But here it is. It's completely impossible, right? You have everyone, first of all, a lot of people run out, especially content creators. Content creators are going to run out of content. You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because it's just that easy, right? I didn't call Don. I didn't text Don and tell him, hey, I'm on live. Come and call me. No, he called me. I said, do you want to say something? He said, yeah. There you go, right? But it's just that easy, right? All these other channels everywhere, proof and concept. If you talk nice about Don, and you're not nice about Don necessarily, please don't stretch that all the way out, guys. But refer to Don in the rights of a victim and in the tone of being a victim, okay? Now, when you go in every situation and you're appropriate in your behavior with the victim or the victims, you don't have to fight and argue and do all this stuff you see all these other people doing on the internet. All that other stuff, that's hard. I can be a good guy and do good work for someone sitting right here in my chair, in my garage, with my water heater and my refrigerator, my backup refrigerator. I can do that. I don't have to do anything crazy. All you have to do is you have to be a decent human being and approach victims the right way. Case in point, right? Basically, any case I've ever worked on, I've had to with the parents. I caught that with my hand. I've had actual with the parents. Now, not with Trezell and Jacqueline. I didn't have a line, but I have an email. So, and then of course the Cash Gernon situation. And then after the Cash Gernon situation, I was approached by Miss Kara, who was Baby James's mom. A lot of us know about Baby James from Palestine, Illinois. That case was just, it was so much. And I prayed to God about helping with that, and God said that they have plenty of help. And then right at that time, um, the thing was that, this situation happened, and so now here I am, speaking with Don and Cher and everyone else, right? And it isn't a popularity contest. With any of this stuff, we're not aging ourselves. It's a damn good thing that it's so dark, because I've I have aged 20 years during this case, guys. Like, this isn't to be popular. Let me tell you what, I'm a lot cooler in real life than I am online. Online, I'm just kind of no foolishness, right? But man, listen, man, when you're doing this the right way, unfortunately, when you do this the right way, it causes the most damage to you. Just the wrong way, like everybody else, that's easy. You look forward to coming online and entertaining it. You're like, oh God, let me go see what I can retort to now. Like when you've shifted gears and you're away from that, you can see how easy it is. We could, as a community, where even if you think Don is this, that, or the third, you keep that inside yourself, because guess what? All of you don't go into the world and tell the big dude or the big gal or the tough guy next to you exactly what you think of them, like you do online. I know you don't. You just come here and do that. You get that off here because you're not doing it in real life. Talking about the bad ones, right? You come on here and threaten folks because in real life, like, man, come on. You don't even go outside. They're scared to come outside. Like, you got to come outside sometimes. You got to get you some vitamin E, right? You got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to have some color to you, right? You can't just be see-through, right? I mean, just porcelain white, but tan real good, because you're stuck inside on the damn YouTube, fucking over Don and them. Come on, man. Get y'all shit together. Get y'all shit together, man, in a real way, in like pronto, right? Muy rapido. For real, y'all. Yeah, I'm not trying to solve no case at all. Real deal, Holyfield. Yeah, yeah, Denise. Paying to gossip is counterproductive. I guess you're probably referring to people paying over on Chris M's in order to. Uh, yeah, I'm going to share. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me show you right quick. This is for Kitty. Kitty. Kitty keeps talking about uh, Osama, big Osama, right? Kitty. Hold on. That's me and Mo3. They scared to come outside. Mo3, man. There it is. Yeah. Anyways, guys, yeah, man. I don't know, guys. With my homeboy Rico, he's on the injured reserve. He's my neighbor Rico, plays for the Cowboys. He's on injured reserve, but he made the team. So um, that's a good deal. There's Rico holding my son. They're buddies. Anyways, guys, that's really all I can do, man. I don't know how much more I can provide. More I can provide, this evening. Um, but see, now the chat's all the way gone. That's crazy. Anyways, guys, yeah, I'm exhausted. Like it's so heavy, the lifting, you know, on this situation. Like, thank you, Vintage. Um, you just got to handle people the way you think Jesus would handle. Why is that so hard? Why is that so hard to try to fashion? We try to walk the walk, right? We try to live in God's image. We try to live by His will, right? Then why is it so hard to treat? Why is it so hard to treat Don the way you think your Jesus would? I challenge you. I challenge you. If you're in here, try to look at this man and his wife with the same kind of eyes Jesus would look at him, right? Knowing that if Don, no matter what Don has done in his lifetime, if he's prayed and repented for, then there's nothing that any of us worldly people can say about it. Zero. Not nothing. All he's suffice God. And so if a man tells you he's right with God, who are you to be an opponent of that? Who are you to try to dissuade that man from the path he's on? Right? We all, sweet D, we all fall short of the glory, of the mission, of the honor of God. And you want to know what happens when we do have these finite moments where we receive the glory? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? We want to keep it, sequester it all to ourselves, only to share it with everyone online. I don't seek the validation from anyone online. I seek the validation from my God to give me a sign that I'm handling myself appropriately. I love all you guys. Remember that. I love all of you guys. Every last one of you. Let's try to work out our issues with people instead of trying to compound them. Right? Right? Can we all work together? Or do we have to have some sort of educational in-service day and try to educate ourselves about, I don't know, guys, like, treat your neighbor like you want your neighbor to treat you. Hoorah. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? Do you also, when you see someone on the side of the road and they've got a please help sign, do you automatically think, oh, well, he's got to be a convict, a felon, this or that or the other? Do we automatically go there? I don't know. I will tell you this, guys. I did remove pretty much all the mods because I had a crazy situation going on with one of the mods that was going in after and blocking people in live chat. So Um, please, no one feel offended about that. I will be putting out some more wrenches, but tonight just wasn't the night for that. So I love all of you guys individually. Guys, if you have a disagreement with someone in life, pray for them tonight. Pray for understanding of the conflict. Pray for resolution. Pray for a solution, because guess what? If you're not staying in the solution, you're living in the problem, right? And when you're living in the problem, you can't be living in the moment. You're stuck in the moment. That's not a good thing. So I love you guys. We will be talking to everyone probably first thing in the morning. Um, we'll see. I've got some research to do. We will be, yeah, you know it, Lizzie. We got to work through all this, man. We can't, you know, we will work through all of this. Um, so, anyways, I love all of you. Um, remember, God is good every time. He's infinity and O. He's never lost a match. He's always the MVP. Guess what? He's the real OG. My OG is God, right? He's the original, the first one. Love you guys. Remember, the absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.